Hey everyone, I want to talk about a mistake parents make. Not all parents, some parents. A majority of it is divorced parents normally do this because, um, first of all, a lot of parents don't want to get divorced because they don't want to be without their kids. And then when they make the painstaking choice because they know they're either going to see their kids every other weekend or 50-50 or more or less, they have a guilt complex. And they feel that they have to give their children things in order to suffice what they think their child is missing, which is both parents or the home they lived in, or now the child is, having to go to two homes and have two, whatever the case is. But they tend to try to overcompensate financially. I know I did that. I always, like, I would go to the thrift store and buy used clothes, but my children had new clothes. I'm not saying they didn't get clothes from the thrift store, but always, Aeropostale or American Eagle, they had to have a certain kind of jeans. And they weren't $80 jeans, they were $30 jeans, so they were affordable. But would always wait for the sale. But I always, for some odd reason, I gave more to my children than I'd given to myself. I think I also allow my children to know my financial situation. So if I had so much money in the bank, let's just say I had $1,000 in the bank, they would say, well, you can give me $10, $20, $100, it's no big deal. So my children almost had expectations of getting things and me spending money on them and whatever the case is. But I think that's a very slippery slope because I just remember I always bought these used cars. My cars were $1,500, $2,000, $2,500, whatever the case was. I always had a used car with 100,000 miles on a car. It was nothing to me. I mean, I thought, okay, just fix it, maintain it, whatever. And then when I bought my daughter a car, it was a $15,000 car. After, I gave her car after car after car. And then finally, when I took my car back from her, she needed a car. So what do? I go sign for a $15,000 car for her. I had never had a $15,000 car. So anyways, the error we make is that we put ourselves second and put our children first. And I'm not saying we shouldn't take care of our children and we shouldn't support them and we shouldn't meet their needs. But all I'm saying is that it gets so skewed, and then you have these unrealistic expectations. They feel they deserve this and they deserve to have better things, and they almost they become a partner to you and they expect you to continue to support that lifestyle when sometimes, this is my situation. I was making good money. This is back in 2007. Mortgage boom was going on, and I was an underwriter. And my last known pay, my W-2 pay from 2007 was $49,950. Plus, I was getting child support, and so I did good. I had money coming in, and it was great. So I could afford things, whatever. And so I did a lot for my children, and I got them, whatever the case was. And then the market crashed. We were laid off and unemployment kicked in, and I could no longer give them what I had given them before. In fact, it was I was trying to find work. I was willing to take anything, but there was no banks hiring because everything was shut down. It's collapsed. So, I was on unemployment, and I had to stand in the line to get welfare, not welfare. I got my unemployment, but then I had to get food stamps. And it was tough. It was so tough. It was actually, I was embarrassed. I came home. I remember I'd lost my job. They gave us 2:30 in the afternoon. They said, today's your last day, and you got until 4:30 to clean your desks out. And I came home, and I told my youngest daughter, the mortgage industry is collapsing and I might lose my job. She's like, no, you won't. And I did. And I went from making bank to it was $300, $350 a week or something like that. And it was really, really hard. It was tough. So anyways, it was almost impossible to continue to give my children the lifestyle they had been accustomed to. And I felt such a large amount of shame and guilt. I wish I would have just banked all my money, saved all of my money, for a rainy day, because when it rained, it flippin' poured. Oh, it was really, really tough. But I got back up, started to work again, 12 bucks an hour, 14 bucks, whatever the case was. But I started over and started to get more comfortable. But I'm telling you, it's so hard to maintain when you have put your children's their wants above your needs. It is so very difficult. So that's what I wanted to say. Your children should never get more than you. Their needs should never supersede yours, simply because you have to feed yourself in order to feed your children. And I'm not saying don't buy your kids anything, but instead of just buying them things, say, you know what? It's going to be birthdays and Christmas. And if you need new clothes, we'll get you new clothes. But we're not going shopping every day. We're not going shopping every weekend. We're not going to stop at the mall. We don't need to do this. I mean, if you need new jeans, we're going to get you new jeans, but shopping and spending money isn't going to be part of our existence. Let's cut back. And if you haven't done it, you can already do it. You can do it now. You just have to start saying, this is not in the budget. It's not in the budget. You already have a phone, you have a computer, you have the internet. If you want to, I'll pay for your needs, you pay for your wants. So if you want things, you're going to have to learn how to make money. So if you need to go babysit, or you need to cut grass, so whatever it is you need to do, there's someone always out there that's willing to pay for a service. Perform a service, you'll get paid, save your money, then you can buy what you want. But that's it. That's all. The one thing my mom said when I turned 12, she's like, well, now that you can babysit, you can if you pay for your wants, I'll pay for your needs, and just the way it is. So that's what my mom did, and I didn't feel less than, and I didn't feel unimportant, and I didn't feel like I was being cheated, because she had set the standard from young on. There was 4 girls in my family. My parents did well. They saved a lot. We went on vacations every year. We went camping and all that fun stuff. But my mom, for Christmas, we'd each get one big toy that we would share. So whether it was a Barbie dream house or a light bright or whatever, and we'd get a lot of smaller things, but we all shared one big toy. So that's what happened in my house. I'm not saying we can reverse all of it, but we can pare back and then put the money in the bank and save for a rainy day. So that's all I know. I'm not saying don't do for your children, but don't do more for them, because you can always do more for you. More for your retirement, more for your savings account, more for if something breaks down, you'll have money in the bank, rather than getting your kid a bunch of stuff that just lays around anyways. Save your money so you can be more secure and you can fix things. And if you get a flat tire, you can change your tire instead of worrying till payday. How am I going to do this? So stop living paycheck to paycheck. If you need to earn more money, do so on your own. There's a lot of different ways to make money. You could sell in Marketplace, sell on eBay, or create, or whatever the case is, but do something, make money, put money in the bank, and let's stop spoiling our children. So that's all there is to it. So not more for them. If they want something and they're of age, they can work for it. They can earn it. They can clean the house. They can do chores, whatever the case is. That's the way it is. So that's all I want to talk about, and we'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.